Hey there everyone, Dr. Beth Westy here. I wanted to jump on and just talk about how to increase your metabolism. Sometimes if you may have gotten off track, over the weekend, I was in Atlanta all weekend playing football, having a great time with the Minnesota Vixen. That was amazing. And now I am back and, I'm like, ooh, I should get back on track. Traveling is really hard, even if you bring a lot of food with you or, we went to the grocery store and got some other healthier options, but it can be tough to try and find healthy food on the go, or the timing of when you can eat or not eat is tough. One of the struggles that I actually ran into that I haven't run into before when I was traveling, because I get my system down pretty good. I land, I go to the grocery store, I pick up stuff to eat, and I usually have, protein shakes or bars with me or other little snacks. But for the stadium where we were playing and where we were watching like the All-American game, we weren't allowed to bring in food or anything, and they checked your bags and stuff pretty good. And I was like, oh yeah, I can't sneak anything in. So it was kind of a struggle, and I had to take breaks to go back to my hotel to eat before I came back. So getting the right fuel at the right time is really key and essential for getting your metabolism going and keeping it going. I think one of the things people kind of forget about when they're, I gotta get, my metabolism kind of stinks, I want to rev it, I want to do all these things, right? It's one thing to get it going. You got to keep it there, and it takes work to keep it there, which I know, right? Who wants to keep up with that, right? But that's kind of how it is. So you got to fuel consistently. Now, I do talk about some of this information in my book, The Female Fat Solution, nutrition for female cycle, hormones, how to match your food to each week of your cycle as your body goes through the month, because different hormones do different things at different times of the month. So that is all here. This is on Amazon. I also have a podcast, The Female Health Solution, where I dive into information even more there. So if you're ever wanting a longer in-depth explanation, check out my podcast. But one of the big things that I really, no, sweetheart, nope, leave that there. Leave that there. Hey, sorry, I got kids in my background right now. Is just getting overall fuel, getting your metabolism going and keeping it there. This is my favorite thing for getting it there and keeping it there. And it's very simple. It's just really looking at what you're doing and how you're eating throughout the day. So getting in protein, fat, and carb at each meal, because protein gets burned every 2 to 3 hours. Fat is up to 4 hours, and carbs get burned by 1 hour. So if you're eating every 2 to 3 hours, you're constantly feeding that fire. You're constantly revving your metabolism throughout the day. That means that you could do that to get it there, and then you just keep doing it to keep it there. So it sounds really simple, but the tough thing is that you still have to eat in balanced amounts of protein, fat, and carb. It's not, I ate an apple 2 hours ago, and now I'm going to have some carrots. There's not any protein or fat in that right there. So it's not going to keep your body fueled. So those are the things to kind of keep in mind as you're putting your meals and snacks together. I love protein pacing. That's getting at least 20 grams of protein or more at each breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner throughout the day. So I've done, videos and things on that. Getting healthy fats in, especially in the morning, can also increase your metabolism. And, right now we're doing a protein challenge in the membership group that I have. So I'll put some info below if you guys want to check that out. The next thing, though, that carbs, you need carbs, and you need carbs in the right amounts. You need carbs throughout the day. That helps in a lot of ways in terms of your energy, your metabolism, keeping things going. And with stress too, when people get stressed out, a lot of times their body craves carbs. So then you feel bad for eating, and it's not bad to eat carbs. You just have to monitor the amount. You can't just, if you eat an entire plate of fries, okay, and that's it, and you don't balance it out with anything else, that's gonna not have a positive end effect for you, right? So getting good amounts of protein, fat, and carb every 2 to 3 hours. That's it. That's the key. That's the secret. Now, if you're getting, say, 20 grams of protein, you could get 20 grams of carb and, say, 4 grams of fat. Just an example. of how to put things together. You can use an app, MyFitnessPal, that type of a thing, and that can really, really help get and keep your metabolism just going and working for you. This by itself is a tactic that really helps for a lot of women get more energy, feel a lot better, feel like they're getting through their workouts better, and just kind of keep their metabolism going. So it's not fancy, right? It's not fancy. It doesn't have to be. And it's not like, oh, this magic, pill, or oh, this special, tablet or something. No, it's just fuel your body, and it will do amazing things for you. The next thing that we're going to do in our membership group, so if you guys are interested in this or want to check it out, we're going to be going through a carb cycle challenge. And that's going to be really key in really helping your body burn more carbs, revving your metabolism, and layering that on top of everything else that you're doing to keep your metabolism going. So it's another tweak and tactic. The secret here, though, again, and why I start talking about stuff in this order, get protein, fat, and carb, all that stuff first, is that it's really essential that you have that down before you jump into a carb cycle. Carb cycling is amazing, and it works wonderfully for especially for women with stress issues, hormone issues, that type of a thing. But if you're not doing this, then this isn't really going to have the same effect. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, I totally want a carb cycle. I totally want to do this other fancy thing. The fancy thing is super fancy and works really, really well when you've already gone through the basics. So we're taking it down to the basics. We're going through the beginning first. Protein, fat, carb. Eat well-rounded. Don't jump into all this crazy, this type of diet where you're not eating carbs, or this type of diet, where you're restricting any nutrient. That's just not a good idea long-term. So carb cycling, I'll put info for that below. I'll also put info if you guys have questions and you ever want to chat about anything you're struggling with or have questions about carbs. We can chat about that, but that's the next thing we're going to be going through in the membership group. So I'm really excited about that. That's what I got for you guys tonight. I lost my voice a little bit this weekend. I will be honest. I was yelling a lot at our game. It was super fun. It was really an amazing experience. So I'm really glad that I got a chance to do it, but now it might take me a couple of days to get my full voice back just from yelling, right? I remember on the sidelines, I was thinking I wish I had some honey tea for my voice. No, I don't have honey tea. Plus in Atlanta, it was really hot. I don't know that I would have drank hot tea. So anyway, all right, that's what I got for you guys tonight. Let me know what your questions are, and I will see you guys later.